Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra,
We're ladies.
and we tangent.
I've been having hiccups a lot lately, and
So
they've
has my
been.
daughter.
She has hiccups almost every night, and we'll be like cuddling her, and she'll just be like,
I love it. Except it makes me feel bad because I know I hate the hiccups.
"My hiccups are so loud and annoying." They're just yes,
Yeah, same.
Like Shane.
Sorry if I jump
asked me-
scared anybody.
Shane asked me the other day. He's like, "Is that real? Why would it be fake?"
Yeah. Why
what
would I
world-
exaggerate that?
Yeah. Why would I choose to sound like that?
Who knows?
Anyway,
What's up, everyone? Hello. Oh my God. Did you see in the Fangents page that someone's like young child does that?
Yes. I showed Ollie and he was like, "What's he doing?" And I was like, "He's saying what Mommy and Cece say."
Yeah. How about Corey said the same thing? And I was like, do you not pay attention at all?
No.
But I thought that was adorable.
That is adorable. We just got off an hour and a half live because if you are in the Patreon, and you are one of if you're a fuckable bunny or a goose pimp, you love our tier names.
These good times.
Having a panic attack again.
Here, we'll pause.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Because it's gonna go on the entire time.
Okay.
We put out an episode about Love is Blind 2, and we watched the finale with them live. And
It was a lot
gave
of
our live
emotions.
reactions. Yeah.
A lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of drinking, specifically by me.
Well, I have been drinking water. This is my water bottle from Ivy Soul.
The straw.
And okay, let me tell you guys about this straw. First of all,
Birdie.
the actual bottle part only goes to here. So
It's tough, but it's got those cool freaking, what are those?
crystals?
Yeah, but what?
Gems? Rocks? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I just liked the black ones.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, I remember reading what it was for, and I was like, I like that, and so I got
sounds
it.
good to me.
But I don't remember it now, so sorry. I'm just hoping it gives me good vibes.
Yeah.
But I only drink out of like really big cups, and
do you remember
the lizard
Yeah.
drinking out of cups.
Being a bitch.
Shane knows that entire thing.
So do I, and I do it to Corey and he gets so annoyed. I'm like,
Shares that.
seahorse, see hell.
Not my chair, not my problem.
Mr. Walkway. Mr. Walk down me, I'm the walkway.
Fuck you.
Lead me to the building, fuck you. Anyway.
Wasn't your name something in regards to that lizard?
Yeah, I was Captain tying knots, need not tied go to him.
Yeah. Shane was Captain tying knots on gaming things. Anyway, I have really big cups.
Yeah.
And the really pretty glass straws that I had,
Mm-hmm.
they aren't long enough. And I fucking hate that.
yeah.
And so I'm limited on the long straws. So I got a bunch of long straws, but this is a glass bottle, so I didn't want to have glass on glass because then it would be like a bunch of ting, 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 ting. So I used one of the plastic ones, and it's so fucking long. It's like over a foot. It's very
aggressive,
long.
that's
Yeah.
for sure.
This is what, like 4 inches probably? Just kidding.
Well, lucky woman.
Just kidding. Okay. So anyway.
What's up? What's new?
Everyone in the Discord and the live was making fun of my straw, which rightfully so, honestly earned. It almost touches the top of the shelf. It's so long.
You can't drink without a straw, like just out of a bottle.
I don't like to.
Okay.
I don't like to.
That's fair.
Well, especially with this being a glass bottle, I can only imagine what my face looks like.
Oh, I was gonna say your teeth when you clink it. 'Cause sometimes
Yeah.
I'll go to drink out of a bottle and smack my teeth.
Do you want to see the surprise I got you?
I've been dying to.
Okay, Shane, will you come out here and get the surprise? I want you to eat this.
What? It's bread.
Uh-huh.
It's
I mean, you
bread.
don't have to eat the whole thing. I cut it into 2 in
Well,
case.
I love bread, so
Okay.
I'm going to. Should I not do it into the mic?
I don't care. What do you think of that bread?
Ooh.
I made it.
Shut the fuck up.
I made that bread. Well, with Shane. Shane and I
Wow.
made that bread.
That is moist.
Thank you.
I like a moist bread.
Thank you.
Mhm.
When we took it out of the oven, I'll have to show you the picture. But that's gonna help you read later. It'll help you sober up. It had like this little flap. I don't know what. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think I did something wrong per me.
I almost just said, so does my vagina. I'm like, tighten it up, Sierra.
But I went to take a bath
Mhm.
and I was like, hey, Shane, that needs to be in there for like 10 to 20 more minutes. When it's golden brown, take it out.
I'm trying so hard not to chew into the mic.
Oh, okay. So he sends me a picture while I'm in the bathtub of the bread.
Mm.
And I see this thing that it has. And I'm like, that looks like Elvis Presley. Like, it looks like Elvis Presley. And Shane was like, oh my God, I'm all cooked up. So anyway, I'll have to show you guys the picture. But
I want you to be a bread making family. That's what I've always wanted for you.
me too. Doesn't it look like Elvis Presley?
Oh my God, I see it. Yeah.
It does have like like hair. And because
I'm
of how
all
high it is,
cooked up.
yeah, it like is darker there. I'll post it in the video, and if you guys don't watch the video, I will post it on our Instagram stories or page. I don't know. Anyway, so
I love it.
is that?
No, I'm very happy for you. Do you want to know what I'm doing with my life?
Yes, of course. That's kind of what that was.
Flare jeans.
I can't get behind it.
You
look cute. You look adorable.
Thank
I
you.
won't ever go back to flare jeans.
I'm not a big fan. I
No?
am of the look, but
Uh-huh.
it's going to be for like one night only if it's dry earth
Yes,
because
has to be dry earth.
I'm a short girl, okay? I'm 5'3".
You are?
I'm between 5'3" and 5'4". I'm not.
You are short.
Yeah, I'm very tiny. So like my jeans have always been on the long side. Always. Even when I get shorts, always on the long side.
Yeah.
So like flare jeans were my worst nightmare
Mhm.
because they were always dragging. I was tripping over them.
I can hear flare jeans dragging on concrete right now.
And then the bottoms would get like rippy.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then like when it rained, puddles up to my fucking ass crack, dude. Like it was so
I
annoying.
love that you said ass crack but showed your knee.
My knee crack.
Where's your
is my
butt?
ass.
Excuse me, Click Clack. That bread is not for you.
No, sir, that bread's for me during a break. But yeah, so I just did this for the aesthetic. I did it for like podcast nights because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be walking around, but definitely not pants like I remember I used to wear these like to the fair. You guys, we live in Ohio,
They
so
do
we have
give
like
me fair vibes.
they are fair vibey.
Yeah. I think that's my issue.
Like country girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these are not my country pants.
But I could do like bell bottoms.
These are like bell bottoms.
No.
Bullshit.
I mean, they're closer to bell bottoms, but yeah,
how are they
I
not?
think- I don't know. I think maybe the styling.
I don't understand.
I mean, like your top. If your top was like my top, it would give more bell bottoms vibes because it would look very 70s.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean?
no.
Okay.
I thought
Okay.
I paired my top well.
No, it's a cute outfit, but it's not a 70s. Your pants
I'm
don't
looking
lean
for-
bell bottom.
I'm looking at Darlene from Roseanne vibes.
Okay.
Very like, I wish I would have worn my flannel, but I was too
I
hot.
was going to say you would be really, really warm in a
Yeah.
flannel and your long sleeve.
And my
So-
long pants.
Yeah.
I can't eat this right now. I will
I
crunch
know.
everywhere, but it's so good.
So we lied to you.
We did lie to you. We
And by
lied.
we, I mean Jerry lied to you.
She
I'm
lied
Jerry.
to me too.
So when I originally looked at the Patreon votes, Cults was winning.
Yeah.
And then when I went back in to the final count,
It was not.
it was not winning.
No.
Roommate Stories won. So
And you guys, we got a lot. We got over 800.
me being a people pleaser and being like, oh my God, I don't want to disappoint all of the people who actually voted for something.
Right.
Like, I want people to feel like their vote counts and matters and is valued.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want any fraudulent vote counts.
Absolutely not.
So
It's not what we're about.
we switched it
Yes.
and we will be doing roommate stories. However, I know that there is so much interest in cults. We will
We'll get there.
eventually go down that road.
I am sitting on
So-
my extension, so I was trying to get them out, but then I just booped the mic with my nose, so I apologize.
Well,
Yeah, we'll get
eventually,
there.
we will do those. Like, I don't want you to think that we've totally tossed that topic out the window. We
No.
have not.
No.
It's just not today's. So apologies for the lie.
I don't think
It
the
wasn't
people
intentional.
cared because, like I said, we had over 800
Oh my gosh.
stories.
I just posted it yesterday.
I know. When I looked yesterday, I started it and there was like 250. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, cool. I can get through these in a breeze.
Yep.
I looked today and I was like, excuse me. Yeah. So, I got a
There's
lot.
birdie eating a plant over here.
There's no way I couldn't even read through them all. So, I did get a lot though, and some of them were fucking funny. Some
Yeah.
of them were like horrific. Some of them were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
If you're interested and you want us to do an exclusive of these as well, let us know and we will do another one.
yeah, because we'll
We've got
definitely
the
have
content.
enough. Yeah, we sure do, and
So-
they're good. Well, you'll see for yourself.
Birdie Louise Sanders is just woke up from a nap after our live and is on one. So
The time she should have been awake was during the live.
I
and now
know.
she's like ready to go.
Yep.
Okay, are we ready?
Oh my gosh, I have to be very aware of where my boobs are because during the live my bra kept coming out, so I just took it off and it's fine. It's
If I
fine.
see your nipple, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Eh.
I'll just put Mosby's face over it in the video if I need to censor myself.
That would be so actually pull it out. I just want to see it censored.
I just do this. And just Mosby. Anyway, okay.
Amazing. Okay, here we go. First story. My roommate, he, him, and I, he, him, met this. So both he, him.
Okay. I like to think that this roommate's topic was born out of me shitting on my roommate's notebook unintentionally.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think it was suggested before I told that story.
Yeah, and I truly I didn't realize like how many I have roommate trauma, but they're like, I never went through the college experience, so
Mhm.
I have issues with people that I've lived with, but a lot of times the people I lived with were friends of mine, so like I knew them before prior to living. The fact that in college they make you live with a person you've never met,
They don't make you.
but like you can.
You can, and I did.
That absolutely blows
Twice.
my mind. That blows my mind because my anxiety could never. Like, I didn't even really get along with the people I did live with, and I knew them prior to. Like,
I think my first roommate in college didn't speak to me for like the first month.
I wouldn't. I'd just be like, how do you do?
No,
Like,
not even that. It was like actively excluding me from things. And,
really?
And I
Like,
think it
being
was
mean?
because she was a sophomore and I was a freshman. So I think she already had like a group of friends and stuff. But then we ended up becoming very good friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that the one you shot her wedding?
No.
No.
that was the one that we went to the concert with, Alicia.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Another backstory. Sorry, we'd completely derailed like four
Already.
words in. Sierra was supposed to room with me my sophomore year of college.
Hey, surprise. College didn't work out for me.
And she didn't go.
Yep.
And so I had a room to myself
Mhm.
for a few months, and then they moved someone in, and it was just weird vibes, weird energy. I was like, happy you're here, but I'm not.
Yeah,
kinda
because
thing.
I was really liking having this alone.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my solo room situation. I had pushed both beds into one giant bed. That was great for me. I
Yeah.
had the whole closet to myself. But she had a Venus flytrap.
I've always wanted to see one of those in
It's
action.
much smaller than I thought.
They are.
Mhm.
I've seen like pictures and I'm like beside other things. And I'm like,
Part of me feels like I already told this story.
you definitely could have. I wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So-
this is my first time hearing
If you guys
it.
have heard me tell this story before, apologies.
No, you haven't.
But yeah, my friend Mackenzie and I would like stare at it and try and see what we would have to do to get it to
she
close
wasn't
its
your
mouth.
roommate. There was another one. Do I remember?
She was my
this
roommate
person? After.
Okay,
Okay, I knew that. So
because I moved out of that room to move in with Mackenzie.
Who is this person? I don't know
I
them.
don't remember her name, but she
Really?
is the one who was in the common room
Mhm.
baking cookies with her friends when I was drunk on Four Locos and had my friend slam my head into the wall.
Sorry. What?
It was on accident. I had jumped into his arms and he wasn't ready to catch me.
Good.
So,
Okay.
yeah. I forget her name. I want to say it was Italian.
Okay. I thought that was her name. Oh, this is my roommate Italian.
No, I think it ended with like an Anna.
Yeah, okay.
And it was really long.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Got it. Back to the story.
Back to the story.
So, my roommate and I, both he, him, met the summer before we dormed together for our first year of college. Absolutely wild concept to me. That's me, Sierra, saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was nice and cool. We started talking on Facebook. We got along. All was well. Turns out this guy watched How I Met Your Mother 24/7 with the sound all the way up, and it never ended, and was very serious about his marching band uniform. So much so, he thought it was lucky and he never washed it.
Ooh.
Big red flag. He got a girlfriend 3 months in, and I had just started dating my first boyfriend after coming out. Yay, gay.
Yay!
So we rarely saw each other. Love that. I love the whole we're roommates, but I'm actually going to live with this person and you're going to have whatever. He said he wanted a night alone in the dorm with his gal pal, and I said, makes sense. My boyfriend has his own place, and I was starting to stay there more and more anyways. The next morning, I send the warning text. Hey, I'm on my way home. If you need me to do a lap, I will. That kind of thing. No response, so I decide to go get a coffee just to be safe. Mid-sip, I get a text saying we're all clear and I can come home. I walk up my little stairs, knock on my little door, take out my little key, and open the door. They are fully banging. My sweet gay eyes had never seen anything like this before, and all I could say was, "Ope," in classic white man fashion. I get my shower stuff with a little "let me scooch past ya" as they cover up their nooks and crannies.
I love that he was still committed to getting his shower stuff.
Excuse me, but I really do need to shower. This is important.
Yeah. As you were.
And I apologize. I say I will be right back in 15 minutes, and I get out of the room. I showered the sight out of my eyes and then walked down my little hallway, again took out my little key, again knocked on my little door, again, and opened the door. They are fully banging again.
Or still.
They got back to it. The lesson here is that dorms are a scam and you should meet your roommate in person before spending 9 months in a 16 by 36 room. My current boyfriend and I watch your podcast every week, proudly ask for Daddy Shane and Father Corey every time there's a live, and can't wait for the merch.
First
of all,
terrifying, and I'm so sorry for you.
I have never walked in on anyone having sex, and you have?
I've been walked in on.
But you didn't like keep going then. You were like, ah.
We had just finished.
Oh, good.
So like Shane's naked butt was just in the air. And so we immediately got dressed after.
They saw his naked butt?
Yeah, and they announced it to him while we were eating lunch the next day.
What'd they say?
They walked by and he goes, I saw your butt, dude. And then they walked to go get their food.
Oh, no.
We were all friends.
Oh, wait.
We're all friends here.
Did I say I haven't been walked in on? No, I said I haven't walked in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've been walked in on. I've definitely, people have seen me. Yes, okay. So, yes, that's for sure.
Did you know?
Mm-hmm. I didn't continue, but it did happen.
I thought you were like, it was a performance piece.
I was like,
let me go.
No, it was just like, I just knew they were there, and not my best moment. I was very intoxicated. I kind of forgot that they were there. And then afterwards, I was like, oh my God, they were in the other room. So they could definitely see into the room. Like, my door was not closed. Again, be careful who you live with.
Am I a bad person if I did it while my roommate was sleeping right next to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get into that. You're the roommate in this
situation.
Great.
Great. She was sleeping.
No, that's probably fine. Maybe.
We were just spooning, and all of a sudden,
yeah, I've done the old
slipped a little.
Yeah,
not little.
I almost said I've done that with my roommate, but it's my child, and she's in the room.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
she's a baby.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
No, my roommate was asleep. And the moment took us. What were we to do? And I remember like opening my eyes and like praying she didn't open hers because we would have just been staring at each other while I was getting plowed.
You are the roommate in these stories.
Oh my God. I wonder. There's no way she wrote that story in. If she did, I'll fucking tell everyone how you stole Shane's room key so you could go to his room and have sex on his futon.
Well, she deserved it, to be fair. I'm feeling that draft.
I told you that there's a draft. I guess, which is worse? Breaking and entering.
Shane heard and closed the door. Thanks.
Which is worse? Breaking and entering or having sex with someone sleeping next to you?
The sex thing.
Oh, I'm worse? Breaking and
Did I
entering
break
better?
and enter?
No.
Well, then
My roommate did. Stole Shane's key and went to his room.
Was it to get away from you having sex?
No.
Oh,
so she could have sex with her boyfriend.
Not in front of you.
I don't know.
I think
we
that's
were
respectful.
asleep. We were asleep. No.
I think that's respectful.
No.
I'm just really weird about, like, if I saw someone having sex in front of my face, I'd be like, what do I do with my hands? You know what I mean? I just feel like I'd be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm already uncomfortable if I see people too touchy-feely PDA. If I saw someone full-on fucking, I'd be like.
Well, to anyone who's like, well, Jerry,
although
why
I did walk in on my boyfriend sleeping with someone else.
So you have walked in on someone.
Yeah, I lied about that. But I was there, like, I just walked in like, hey guys, what's up? It was no big deal.
Yeah. My God. Any of you who are like, well, Jerry, why didn't you take Shane's room key and go have sex on his futon?
Yeah.
Because his roommate was my ex, and that would have been weird.
Oh, understandable. Was that who she was having sex with?
No.
Well,
he didn't even go there anymore. His parents were like, you're failing. We're going to take you out of school.
Sounds
they
like
even got him.
My parents. Except that they were like, you're going to fail. We're not going to let you go.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Anyway.
It was something else. This is a short one. My mom's roommate in college cried every single time my mom walked into their room. The roommate said she'd never shared her room before, and it stressed her out so bad that she hardly stopped crying the entire semester. It's safe to say my mom got a different roommate for the following semester.
Oh my God.
She cried every time she walked into the room. Nothing would make me feel more uncomfortable. I'd be like, I must be a piece of shit. You are sobbing every time I'm just here.
Yeah.
Me, a people pleaser, I would be like, what can I do for you, girlfriend? Are
we
you
would
okay?
have become best friends and like pretended it was like a sleepover.
Yeah. Stop
Wow.
staring at my bread.
I know. The way that you're what's your positioning, Mosby? I don't understand it.
It's like he thinks that he's going to sneak one past me.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
No.
Oh, watch your beer. Watch your beer. Red alert.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Shane and I got into a bit of a tiff.
Sure.
Okay. And he left because he had to go pick up his prescription from the grocery store.
Okay.
Shane is in the process of changing his medication. And so I'm trying to be very aware that this is like a huge transition for him, not only in his personal life, but also like medication wise. Like he's detoxing from one medication, starting another.
Right.
He's in the process of getting some mental health diagnosis. So like there's a lot going on. I'm trying to just be really sensitive to it. But we got into a tiff.
Right.
He left to go pick up his new prescription and go pick up some groceries. And while he was out, he texted me and he's like, hey, I'm really sorry for what I said. I know this isn't going to fix everything, but I just want to open the door to conversation when I get back. And I was like, okay, fair enough.
Door is open.
And I have been having panic attacks. And I think a lot of it stems from me wanting to make sure that Shane has a healthy environment for him to work through these things, but also feeling like I can't do that. So, meaning like I can't control my children. I can't remove every trigger that he's going to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes home because one of the things that helps me with my anxiety is scream singing. I've told you I like music to be so loud that I feel like I'm inside the speaker. Well, he comes home.
Oh no.
And I am blaring Alanis Morissette.
That's a good one to scream sing too.
I know. And like I'm scream singing, the kids are dancing with me, and Shane walks in and I'm like, I can only fucking imagine what he thinks knowing that we're in a fight and he walks into the house and I am playing Alanis Morissette.
Like he's like, great. This energy.
Yeah.
Not what I need.
I asked him today what he thought about that, and he was like, honestly, it scared me. It scared me.
If you walk in, you're like,
good.
What's the part that she says that's my favorite part? And every time you stick your name, does
It's
scratch your nails on someone.
Every time I scratch my nails down
someone else's back. Can you feel? I hope you feel it. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That one. Every time I say it, I look at Corey, and I'm like we would ever split up, and I'm like, I hope you can feel
Just
it.
so you know, this is the energy I'm bringing.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay,
It's
sorry.
so good.
I meant to tell you that in the beginning, and I got so distracted by giving you bread.
Sure.
Yeah.
I fucking love bread. Bread can distract me. I'm basically a duck. Bread. I'm so easily distracted by bread.
Who left that duck in here? Am I right?
It's me. I'm the duck.
Yeah.
I was the duck the whole time. It was a metaphor.
Wow.
The duck was me.
Full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, anyways, this is she, her, but they didn't give me their name, and understandable. Okay. These stories aren't that crazy, but I feel like they're still ridiculous. Oh, they're good. I moved to Austin, Texas when I was 22 and moved into one of those student apartments where each room is rented out and you don't pick your roommates. Red flag number 1. Ugh. The only two roommates lived in the room next to mine together because they were a couple.
Okay.
Yikes.
This is like my dream that I had where the couple was like living there and going to murder me.
Oh, that's not what happens here.
Okay.
Basically, the next 2 years was me not getting any sleep because of the amount of rhythmic sex they would have and the parties they
I
would
don't see nothing wrong.
Wait,
sex parties?
No, just regular parties, but sex all the time.
Got it.
The boyfriend loved
Rhythmic parties, rhythmic sex. Got it. Okay.
Loved Future Sex Love Sounds by Justin Timberlake. The one with the sexy back and what goes around.
I was going to say, is that the one where he's stomping on a disco ball?
Pretty sure, yes.
Great.
And would play it constantly on his very expensive stereo. One time they were in the living room watching TV and I walked out and said, okay, I'm going to the gym. I'll be back in a half an hour. I get back and he's fucking eating her out on the living room couch.
Just sexy back?
I don't know. It didn't say what it was like, but I hope so. I just
like in my mirror.
Whoa.
My mirror's staring back at me.
It's staring me in the face.
It couldn't get any bigger. Oh, clearer.
You did bigger
than anyone else inside of me. Remix.
Whoa. I just walked in, saw it, and said, hey, and then started making some peanut butter toast. They just stopped and kept watching TV. Also, I worked at a pizza place and had brought a whole pizza home to eat on for the next couple of days.
And eat out the next day.
And they fucking ate it without asking or confessing. It had pepperoni. The fact that she's so upset. It had pepperoni, roasted pepper, and ricotta.
That's some expensive cheese.
Yeah, like, come on. I also once had a roommate who would use my towels. That was gross. She lived with my other friend and used his towels and gave him crabs from the use of the towel. She would also dip hot Cheetos just directly in the tub of cream cheese in the fridge that I used for my bagels. So there was just hot Cheeto dust all up in it. Okay, bye.
Just the frustration
that this person had.
Yeah.
Not my ricotta, not my cream cheese. Is there not a cheese in this house that is safe?
She's like unbothered by the oral sex on the couch.
But eating my cheese,
I draw the line.
Too much. Too much.
God.
You put your fucking Cheeto dust in my cheese, and we are fucking. I'd be pissed too, honestly.
Wow. First Justin Timberlake, then the coitus on the couch,
the cunnilingus, if you will.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Hi, I am Jenna, she, her, and I was roommates with my best friend. I'm going to say Mara. It's Mara. Mara.
I did. Is Mara or Mara like the villain of this story, or is this a good story?
This is a good story.
Okay.
One of the only ones.
We were trying to not name names.
That's why they put the name in. I had to put this one in to give us a little bit of
palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Okay.
From all the terribleness because. Okay. She, her, for Mara, I'm going to say, for 3 years during college. This girl is truly one of the coolest people I know, a forestry major, wildland firefighter, and has some very cool tattoos and piercings, including nipple piercings that I watched her get. Very brave. I can never get the courage.
Why do I feel like they're in love?
Oh, a roommate. Anyway, one day I was sitting downstairs. Trigger warning. trigger warning,
Or
blood,
okay.
injuries of any
Okay.
kind, and specifically piercing injuries. Okay. Anyway, one day I was sitting downstairs in our townhouse while she was upstairs showering. I suddenly hear the shower door slide shut, and then she called my name in a super weak and scared way. I ran up there terrified about what I would find based off her tone, and she is laying on her bed in a towel. She then proceeds to tell me that she caught her new nipple piercing on the sliding shower door and ripped her nipple open.
Oh.
I almost passed out reading this. I just want you to know
Ow.
I'm fine now. I used to have my nipples pierced, and it was that to me, I was like, I got a little faint just hearing her say it. She showed me the damage, and it was for sure ripped. The bar of the piercing was showing, and there was a good amount of blood. Sorry again. We got some gauze on it, and she called the piercer. If I remember correctly, they just told her to let the swelling go down, and then it would heal on its own. Nipples are very they're like
Resilient?
fucking what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Superhuman.
Oh.
Skin. I was like, humor souping.
Do you think they always say that like the color of your nipples is like the perfect nude lip
It is.
shade
I
for
matched
you?
mine.
Do you think that like that's because your nipples are like made out of the same stuff as your lips? Because lips heal really quickly as well.
Actually, I got a bunch of nipple cream, and because remember that chapped
Yep.
thing,
Mhm.
I've just been putting my nipple cream on my chapped lips. It's working like a dream.
I don't.
Hi, Shane.
Okay, like I think that like I know how nipple cream goes on. Like you put either a spatula or a finger in there and you rub it on.
Oh, word! I just dipped my nip in the
well,
tub.
that's what I was gonna say. Are you dipping your nip in the tub and then
You
you're
get
like
one of those
rubbing it on your
chapstick
mouth?
things, and then you just Dude, I would lick my own nipple if I could. What's the
Have you
difference?
ever tried?
Licking my nipple 100 times it's too small. I've tried. I'm like, I
My
can't
boob
get
is
it down
not
there.
foldy enough. It's not big enough.
No.
I bet if it was.
I've tried it even when they were big. I did accidentally squirt myself in the face with milk one time. That was traumatic.
Need to know if anyone else is trying to lick their own nipple. Like you hear about guys trying to suck their own dicks.
Sorry? I do?
I thought that was a thing. I thought like that's
Marilyn Manson. That's the only person I've heard. What
Hmm.
a weird rumor that went around that was like, did you know? This is an actual fact. Did you know he got his ribs removed and he sucked his dick? Oh, word? I'm 7, but okay. Thanks for
Oh.
letting me know.
Anyway, anyone else trying to suck their own nipples?
Let me know.
Not suck.
No, suck your nipples. Fuck it.
I mean, if you ever saw if you could?
It's like a lick.
Just
See how many to get to the center.
I just want to know if it has the same sensation when I do it.
Lick your nipple?
Yeah.
You just said you couldn't. You fucking liar. You've
No,
done
I
it?
said I wanted to know if it would.
Has the same sensation as what? When you lick your lips?
Which Shane does it.
You don't do nipple play? Word. That's for another time.
Okay, moving on.
That's for after dark.
Oh, so sorry about your nipples. Are they better?
I hope so. Oh, it says
You know
she
what
was
probably
very
doesn't help
tender.
that? Saliva.
She was very tender for a while there, and I am even more in awe of her because I would have had a full breakdown if that was me. I like you love her.
Is that the end?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I wanted her to be like, and then,
And then
as I
we-
took care of her, I fell in love with her. And
I
now
know.
we plant trees together.
Oh,
I know.
good story. Good story. Okay. No pronouns, no names. But this is such a good story.
Okay. So we are assuming everything.
Yeah. One day, my boyfriend at the time was using my restroom, and so I used my roommate's bathroom, which we both do from time to time. And as I'm midstream, I start hearing squeaking from the closet that's inside the bathroom. My first thought is, fuck, there's a rat in our apartment. So I open the closet, and she has 2 guinea pigs running around the floor of the closet. And there are little pellets of shit all in the baseboards. And so when I confront her about it, she gets mad at me for going through her stuff. We haven't spoken since. Can you imagine?
Did you just get gaslit about some guinea pigs?
Yeah, dude, don't go through my shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You don't have guinea pigs in your bathroom.
Don't
you
act
fucking
like you don't
weirdo.
fucking have guinea pigs in your closet, okay?
We all We all have a guinea pig in our closet.
I'm
the weirdo.
They're starting to like offer guinea pigs with apartments now.
Yeah, this guinea pig came with my closet.
Yeah.
I opened it up and he was like, "What's up? I'm Stan. I live here.
Yeah.
This is my wife, Betty.
I'm on the lease.
Yeah, he helps us pay rent." I have to stop. This next one is Tyler, she, her. I actually really love that
I
name.
love Tyler for a girl.
That's fucking chef's kiss. I should know a lot of Tylers or I would have done that for mine.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure Mosby wasn't licking his asshole. He is licking, but
Okay.
less concerned about his paw.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, ladies. I've been waiting for this question. So backstory here is I lived with 4 other girls and 3 of us, including the one I'm about to share, all went to high school together. Also, note to listeners out there, want to stay friends? Do not live together. That's true. For real.
Not necessarily.
Word?
Me, Jess, and Mario Kart Erica are all still friends.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, and you never had any problems?
No, we
You
did.
shit on her notebook.
I did shit on Jessica's notebook,
Yeah.
which she knew about.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't.
You guys didn't get into like dishes, tiffs?
No, Erica would only get annoyed when Jess and I would turn on Christmas music to clean.
Okay. It's an interesting thing to get mad about. Sure.
And she wouldn't get mad. She would just be like, "I fucking hate Christmas music."
No, I
It's
feel
September.
that energy. Yeah. Oh, you didn't say that part.
Well, okay, there was one time that Mario Kart Erica and I got into it about something, and I don't remember what it was, but I know that like it was probably the worst fight we've ever had, one of the worst ones, and we decided that we were all going to come together as a house and sit in the living room and have like a conversation. But because we can't be serious with each other,
yeah,
we had to cover our faces. So like we both had our sweatshirts over our noses and we were talking
Like,
and we could not make eye contact because we would start laughing, but like it wasn't funny. And
no,
so
you're
we were like,
we really have to settle this.
I am mad at you and this is fucking serious and you are upset, but like also I can't stop smiling and I want you to take me serious. So yeah.
That's so funny.
That was the worst it got for us.
I used to live with a roommate who I was friends with, but then also I was dating her cousin. So like she lived with me. My boyfriend at the time was her cousin.
Yep.
Bad fucking. So
Yep.
they had like family issues, and I remember there was like we went on vacation, and there was like
That's
someone
not the one
didn't-
you walked in on. Well,
No. No.
I was like, are you saying that
He
you
was
walked in on
fucking-
your boyfriend fucking his cousin?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No. I just remember like how many fucking roommates I've had. It's been ridiculous, but
Yeah.
they've all been for like 5 minutes or less because we
Yep.
end up being like, hey, do we want to hate each other forever? Maybe we shouldn't live together.
Yeah.
Fun fact, she also lived with my sister for a time.
I
That
think I
didn't
knew
work
that.
out well either.
Yeah.
But so like we went to Las Vegas, I think, or something, and for like a bar
Yep.
thing. And she was home and the dishes did not get done. And so we were like, fucking. Ugh.
Yeah.
So then I'm like a peacemaker. I'm like, I'm just going to fucking do the dishes. And my ex was like, you're not going to fucking do the dishes because I'm going to fucking show her what's up. And I was like, but I need to eat. And like, I have a child that lives here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to not do the dishes. So he like wrote a note for her, like, do the fucking dishes. And then like wouldn't do them. So I'm just sitting there eating out of like styrofoam shit for like a week. And then there's like disgusting shit
Yeah.
happening to the dish. I ended up throwing away so many dishes and just
Yep.
buying new. And then finally I just did the fucking dishes because
What's the point?
it was so ridiculous. So yeah, don't live with friends or family members.
Yeah.
Like don't live with 2 people who are family members.
Well, Jess lived with me and Erica.
Yeah, and you guys got into a fight.
One fight.
I know, that's crazy.
And we lived together for 2 years.
I cannot believe that.
I know.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I could. Okay, so this girl never cleaned like ever, and honestly, when she finished her chores, everything was way nastier than when she started. Figure that one out. So one day she asked us if we were cool if she could get a chinchilla, and I felt obligated to say yes because I had a cat.
I babysat a chinchilla one time.
No way, I've never actually seen one up close. I always wanted one, but then my mom was like, they're like rats. They're fucking disgusting.
It was, I think, deaf or blind. I forget. And its name was
Steve.
Oh, no, Chewy?
I was way off.
It used to run on a wheel and it was really cute. It would like bounce.
I fucking think they're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, my mom's like, they're dirty. I was like, so are we.
So am my mom.
Put it in my room. Anyways, Well, she got the damn thing, named it Toby. It's my sister's cat's name. And I don't know if you've really looked at a chinchilla, but those motherfuckers are creepy.
Cute.
Their weird little hands. Shiver.
Love them.
So as you could guess, she never cleaned up after the thing, and you could find its poop all around the house. It looked like mouse poop. This went on for months, and even after talking to her about it, she wouldn't clean it up. So I finally decided to embrace my petty bitch and collected all the poop I found around the house and spelled the word ew out on her desk one day while she was at class. On her desk. She came home, never mentioned it to any of us, but she finally got her shit together for a month. In conclusion, we are not friends anymore. Love you, ladies, and I really appreciate this community you brought together. You're both amazing, and it made me look forward to Tuesdays.
Oh,
thank you. But also, ew.
Yikes.
First of all, the fact that you picked up the poop just to be petty and spell that out,
That's next level petty, I
that
feel
really
like.
is. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I just need you to know this next one is one line. Found a carrot in her shower plug, not her carrot. Need I explain further? That's all it says. I didn't know. And so I was like, that's fucking great. I'm putting
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
So I put it in there.
Is
I don't
that
know.
code?
Yeah, what's her shower plug? Ew. We found a carrot in her shower plug.
Not her carrot?
Or her shower drain drain.
Wow.
Why wasn't it? How do you know it wasn't her carrot?
That's what I mean. Or are you saying like carrot was code?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't fucking know.
Tell me your ways.
Oh.
Okay. My, she, her, ex-boyfriend's roommate, he, him.
Okay.
Never bought toilet paper or paper towels. It was always mine or my partner's job to buy it, even though the roommate and his girlfriend both had better paying jobs than me or my partner. That was the other thing. You never think about like all of the household things that you guys are going to have to buy and like collectively use together. Things for like cleaning supplies, paper towels, toilet paper, all that stuff. Like it becomes such a weird thing where you're like, who's going to buy this?
We did. We thought about that.
Did you? That's like a huge talk that you should have.
We had a whiteboard and we like kind of had an idea.
Do you have to buy your own when you're living in a dorm? Sorry.
Yes.
And you share it? Or you both separately buy your own?
Well, it depends on what dorm you have.
Okay.
Because if you have a
that has like communal bathrooms.
Yeah, then they're obviously refilling it. But yeah, the dorm that I was in the first year was like the bougie dorm.
Right.
And so we had our own bathroom and a cleaning lady came in. Like,
whoa.
I don't know how the fuck I got into that dorm. I truly have no idea.
That's crazy.
But then the next year I was on the oldest dorm on campus.
Yeah.
So anyway, Erica, Jess, and I had a whiteboard, and on it was like milk, bread, ketchup, and then like toiletries. We would butter was another one that was like we would just shift it. So like this time I buy the milk. This person is responsible for these things. So like if it was something that it didn't make sense for one person couldn't use it before it was going to go bad.
Right.
We shared it and then shared the responsibility of buying it every time.
Oh,
I feel like now, because we didn't have like Venmo then.
Right. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, tell me what the groceries are, of Venmo you, whatever.
Yep.
We'll split it. Yeah. Okay. They never chipped in for shared household items. After some other problems, we started hiding the toilet paper in our room. Again, I've had to do things like this. Then the paper towels would be left in the bathroom by the roommate to wipe his ass, I'm assuming.
Oh.
So we started hiding those too.
Ouchie.
He started using plastic bags, like grocery bags, to wipe his ass instead of just going across the street for toilet paper.
How? Do you feel like that was petty?
I was gonna say, was it just like a petty thing? Like, I don't even want your toilet paper. I'm gonna wipe my ass with this fucking.
Yeah, we're all gonna suffer.
Because you know you didn't flush them.
No, well, I'd hope not.
No, they're just in the can.
Yep.
Okay. My pronouns are she, her. As far as I'm aware, the other girls in the story are also she, her. In 2015, I lived with 3 other girls in an apartment. Again, like 1 is a lot, but like 3, 4, it's a lot of freaking people that you have to like live around.
I think I just had such a good experience. Now, the second year,
had no good experiences. The only good roommates I've had have been boyfriends of mine, truly. Like, I can live with guys, but like living with other women, I have I've had a tough time with.
Every single roommate I've ever had has been great. Like, yes, it took
Also,
Alicia.
I think it's because I'm messy. Like, so.
Well, so was I. But
Yeah.
like, Mackenzie and I, who was my roommate my sophomore year, would always say, like, are you the McMess or am I the McMess? Like, are we both McMesses? Like, who's responsible here? And so, like,
What is this?
it was like a shared responsibility kind of thing.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been really lucky that my first roommate wasn't very welcoming for a little bit, but like then after that we were really, really good friends. And then Mackenzie and I chose to move in together.
Right.
Great friends. And then when I lived with Erica and Jess, that was a great experience. Now my senior year when I lived with Erica and Jess, my sister moved in, Sam. And that was difficult.
It's so funny because I lived with my sister. So sorry, I'm going to air this out. But it is like, you think like, oh, I've lived with her my whole life. Like, it's not going to be. But like living together as adults, very different.
It's a different dynamic. And
Very
I think
different.
it's tough because for me, I had you have a role in your family.
Yeah.
And then when you're away from them, you start to like define the role for yourself
Yes.
outside of your family.
So
And
then when you're back in that role, it's like,
being thrown back in. And it wasn't like Sam made me be a certain way.
No.
It was almost just like my body naturally went into a certain mode with her.
Yep.
And we had a strained relationship for the majority of our life.
yeah.
And so it was complicated.
Yeah.
So
When I lived with my sister before, like, she always was the more dominant one. She is. And so like when we lived at my parents', she was like, I get the big room, and she did, and it wasn't a problem. Well, then when I lived by myself, I was with, like, I had Noah. So, and I lived by myself for 5 years before moving back in, trying to live with her. And when we got back in there, I was like, no, I'm the dominant. Like, I have
I'm
me and
the
my son.
captain
And
now.
she was like, nah, I'm going to take the big room again. And it was like right off the bat, like things like that. And I'm like, this is never going to fucking work. This is never going to work. Because I'm not that person that I wasn't. I'm not someone that's like, yeah, go ahead, have all the things.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I'm
And
used to this being my house.
and it's hard
Not
because
me living with somebody.
I saw a TikTok one time that was like, there's a version of you that exists in someone. I think it was Hannah Bread Talk. They were like, a version of you exists in someone else's mind that isn't you anymore.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
And
So
I
many-
think that's a situation a lot of times with family. It's like, for my entire life, this is the version of you that I have known.
Yeah.
And so experiencing you in any other way is like very jarring and uncomfortable.
right.
So I feel like for both Sam and I, sorry if I'm speaking out of turn, Sam, for you, but I feel like both of us struggled to be in the same space together and know
Who you still were, kind of. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Sorry. So, okay. 3 other girls in an apartment. We were doing an internship at a well-known vacation spot. We had monthly inspections at our apartment, so we would clean together before the inspections and make our apartment presentable. One time, me and 2 of the other girls were cleaning while the 3rd roommate was sitting on the couch reading a book. I said, hey, insert whatever name you want here. Can you come help us clean? That roommate put her book down, looked me dead in the eyes, and hissed at me like a cat. I fucking lost my mind laughing. Another thing that happened is I worked a lot of late nights and into the morning shifts, so I was sleeping, and when I woke up, smoke was coming into our room. I thought the apartment was on fire and that my roommates left me for dead, but when I opened our bedroom door, they were all standing around the microwave laughing, trying to clear the smoke. Turns out the hissing roommate tried to make Easy Mac and forgot to put water in the cup. So her noodles were charred, the cup had melted, and smoke filled the apartment. To this day, me and my 2 other roommates still laugh about the hissing and the Easy Mac incidents. Love your podcast and love you girls. Thanks for making us all feel like we have 2 of the best friends.
Oh, thank
I know.
you. That reminded me, Sam did that.
Really?
We weren't living together at this point, but she was coming over for Friendsgiving.
Mhm.
We were hosting, and she brought
Love
the
a
stuffing.
Friendsgiving. Oh,
and
yeah.
She put it in the microwave in a bowl without any water, and so it just like sparked, melted, like fucking just. It was a hot mess.
That's terrible.
So, yeah.
Should I tell my microwave story? I have not told it on the podcast yet.
What
That happened to
microwave
me
story?
recently with my roommate.
I don't know that I know the story.
Oh, you do. I'll tell you.
Oh, yes, I do. It's your sweet, sweet roommate. Yes.
My sweet, 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 sweet 9-year-old roommate.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll tell you guys the story. Don't think I'm a bad mom. I mean, roommate. So we've been trying.
After you're done with the story, I will explain to you why I think this story makes you a good mom. Go ahead.
Okay. We have been trying to get Noah to be like a little more, just teaching him more independent things. And he likes ramen noodles. And so I have a little like ramen noodle cooker that you just put the ramen in, you fill the line up, you put it in the microwave, you put 3 minutes, and then it makes it. So Corey taught him like, hey, bud, when we're here, if you want ramen, you don't have to ask us for it. You're tall enough to reach. Here's how you do it. He watched him make it. And Noah was so stoked that he like could cook food. It was like the most exciting thing for him. He asked me one morning if I wanted breakfast, and he made me ramen for breakfast, which I happily ate because he was so excited about it. So that's how that went. So one day, I don't remember, I think it might have been a snow day because he didn't have school, and I was doing my routine with the baby. She was super fussy, and he was downstairs, and I was like, hey bud, I'm gonna go upstairs and try to get her to go to sleep. And he was like, okay. Not even thinking about anything, whatever. I went upstairs, I'm like patting her, trying to get her to sleep, and all of a sudden I can smell like burning. And I thought, I had my vent open in my bedroom, which I normally don't because it gets too hot. I thought maybe like the furnace had caught on fire, and I was like, oh God, I can smell like burning. That's my biggest fear, is like the furnace or something catching on fire downstairs. And like, so I open my door and there's just smoke, and I hear Noah go, Mom. And I put the baby down and freaking bolted down the stairs because I
threw that baby and I ran down the stairs.
Oh, I didn't want to take her if it was real smoky, but I was also like, in my head, the first thing I thought was microwave. Like, he's been trying to cook.
Yeah.
So this sweet, sweet boy, I said, what happened? And he was like, sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's fine. Please just tell me what happened, because I just see smoke. There was no fire present. But he tells me, well, I really wanted toast, and I didn't want to use the toaster because I don't know how. So I took a piece of bread and he put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And that motherfucking piece of toast was just like a melted charred bread in my microwave. It fucking stunk so bad.
Oh.
And I was like, it's okay. Thank you so much for telling me, like, that you didn't try to hide it. He was afraid that he was going to get in trouble. I was like, no, I'm so glad you came and got me.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'll teach you how to use the toaster.
Yeah.
But like, in his mind, I just love the pieces he put together. Was like, if I put something in there for 3 minutes, boom, cooked. Like, that must work for bread.
Yeah.
That
would be my logic.
Yeah.
And I think that whole story tells me that you're a good mom because your kid made a mistake, an innocent mistake, and felt comfortable enough to come to you and be honest and know that he was safe doing so.
Yeah. That was the first thing. If it would have been me, I would have hit it for sure. I would have been
that's
like,
what I was going to say.
I would have gaslit my parents. Like, what are you talking about, fire? I don't even know
there were so many bowls underneath my parents' back deck because I had like accidentally broken them, either trying to get them out, or if I dropped them whenever I was like putting it in the sink. If it was just a little bit cracked, that bitch went under the deck because it couldn't go in the trash can, because if they changed the trash, they were going to find it, and then that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
So
it was okay. The first thing he said was, thank you for not yelling at me. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, if something like this ever happens again, I will never yell at you. Please come get me. Because if you ever make a mistake like this, I would much rather you come and get me than try to hide it.
I just made it look like there's an archaeological discovery underneath my parents' deck.
What's this?
Pottery.
How bizarre.
From the 90s.
How bizarre. Hi, my name is Ellie, she, her. All names can be used. My roommate knows I'm submitting this. So my roommate and I moved in together a little over 3 years ago now. Things were okay at first, but she needed a surgery and couldn't afford it. And I don't know how to say no. So I paid like $400 for this surgery.
$400?
Uh-huh.
What surgery?
Well, I'm assuming like maybe
Is it
like
a copay?
yeah. About a week after the surgery, she had some issues and needed some extra medication because her incision was infected. I had to miss class and work to take her to the doctor and get her medication. And I had to pay for it. So then she recovers and everything is fine. But she loves sleeping in my bed. Which, like, cool, whatever. But she hogs the entire thing and snores so loud. So I tried talking to her, telling her she can't keep sleeping in my bed. She stopped for like a week and was sleeping in her bed that I also gave her, and she paid nothing for. But then she's
a dog. This is an animal.
Started sleeping with me again. It hasn't stopped for years. Also, when I'm gone at work and she's home, she will take dishes from the sink and just throw them all over the floor. Like, girl, what? And she'll get upset that I'm not home spending time with her, even though I have to work to help pay the bills that she never contributes to. So, like, this bitch basically lives with me completely for free and makes me pick up after her all the time. She also has really long hair and she sheds so bad. Anyways, my roommate is my dog named Honey. And she drives me nuts. I hope you ladies enjoyed reading this. Laugh out loud. Love you both so much. And I'm so thankful to be a part of this community. I cannot tell you, I literally got to the end. I was like, fucking, what is this person's problem?
You literally didn't
got
get
all the way to the end.
I heard that it was $400 for a surgery, and I'm like, okay, it makes no
Sketchy.
sense unless it was a copay. It has to be an animal.
Yeah. Nope, I didn't get it. This one, I'm not saying that this is okay.
I like that story also said, I'm sorry I cut you off, but I just realized something.
Right.
I like that story said, you can say this name, my roommate knows I'm sending
That's
it.
why I was like, what? You're telling me?
Because the whole time I'm like, okay,
shit.
the roommate isn't painted in such a good light.
No,
Like, did they
like,
end up
why?
winning the lottery and pay you back? Like, what's happening?
Anyways, this next one, you're not okay for what you did. I want you to know. But the way that you wrote this made me laugh out loud. So it's very short. It says, my roommate was the absolute worst human being on the planet. So one night I got drunk and put her toothbrush in my butt crack.
No, you're wrong for that.
In your butt crack? I laugh anytime I hear the word butt crack. But you're wrong for that.
You're wrong for that. Also, you just like admitted a crime.
Yeah, I think that's illegal. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my God. I hope it's God. Did I just give Shane eyes?
Yes. I don't know if I've ever seen you sneeze.
Word? It's really aggressive. I scream sneeze.
Sneeze, bitch.
I'm trying to. It's right there.
I don't know if I've ever seen you sneeze.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to because it'll
Oh,
come back. I'm
okay.
telling you. Okay. Taylor, she, her. My freshman year of college, I was randomly assigned 2 roommates in my dorm at the university I was attending. We had a big open room with 3 beds in it and our own bathroom. One of the roommates and I became really good friends, and this upset the other one a lot. One day, the friend roommate and I, got up and went to our classes. We always made it a point to make our beds when we left them, so our afternoon naps would be more satisfying. I wish I had that willpower.
I've been making our bed every day.
I that's like something I
Ever
would
since
like.
we rearranged our room.
I'm in my bed too much to like make it. Like maybe when the baby's older and I'm out of my bed more, but I live in that bitch. When we came back and went to get into bed, we noticed our beds felt crummy, like we had been eating in them, which we hadn't. We just woke up and made the beds like straight away. We started dusting off our beds and realized it was just salt, a lot of salt. So when the other roommate came back, we asked her why there was salt in our beds. She told us it was because witches burn in salt and she wanted to make sure she was safe in her environment. After that, we told her not to touch our personal stuff and told our RA. She gaslit our RA into thinking we were crazy, and she continued to do things like this, including sticking pads to our other roommate's bed while she was away. Until we eventually caught her messing with our stuff and told the RA, who moved her out of our dorm.
Good Lord, that's terrifying.
Right? The roommate we got to replace her was a loud and unsanitary stoner, but at least she didn't touch our shit. Love
Holy
you, ladies.
fuck.
Hate this story. Moral of it, don't do random roommates in Florida.
Of course it's in Florida. My God, that's so weird.
Salt. I wanted to see if you're witches. I am a witch.
I know someone who had a roommate who slept with a machete under their pillow.
Huh? That's the scariest shit I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What did you say? Hi, ladies. My name is Maddie, she, her. I've had quite a few roommates, but this story takes the cake. I lived with a coworker. Let's call her Erica.
Okay.
Because that's not her real name. I was single and started to talk to this guy. Erica knew him from his ex-girlfriend, so we hung out at the house, and then him and I were going to go out to dinner. She kind of complained that she didn't have anyone to go out for a fish fry with, a Midwest Friday night cult practice. I figured it was such a chill night that I'd invite her along. It was a good time, and she even texted me from across the room saying, "You should see the way he looks at you. You should really date him." We decided to walk to the bar down the road, and again, a good time, no red flags. Well, Erica told me she was going to walk home, and I told her that if she waited, I would walk with her. She agreed, but disappeared. When I finished my drink, I couldn't find Erica or the guy I was with anywhere. I asked everyone and finally got a ride home because I didn't want to walk by myself. I got home to find Erica and the guy in bed together. I laid in my room and could hear them literally bumping nasties in the next room over. I owned the house, and surprisingly, I didn't kick her out. I cut my losses with the guy, made her life hell for a couple weeks, and moved on. Fast forward, long story short, she set me up with one of her guy friends. We dated. I ended it on his birthday after a year of being together, and she moved out of my house 2 days later to move into his house. They're now married.
Whoa.
Congrats, guys. That's what it says.
Does Erica have a kink about being with people that
You've
you're with?
been with? Like, she's like, hold on, I really want to marry this guy, but I need you to fuck him for a year first. Thanks.
Yeah. I need you to
Weird.
good luck chuck him for me if you could.
Yeah. Love you guys. I'm not the best writer. Oh, you were. You did fine. But you're both so good at reading stories. I could listen to you read the back of a cereal box and be entertained.
Not me. I'm not good at reading.
Well, not me tonight either. Or ever. I can't read shit.
You're much better than me.
That's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, my name is Audrey. They said she or any pronouns. I wanted to share a funny roommate story. My freshman year, my roommates and I had a code that we would put scrunchies on our door handles if we had a boy inside and wanted to be left alone. That's better than just saying you're all good. Come in and see me fucking.
Yep.
My roommate had just bought some Orbeez. You know what Orbeez are?
No.
They're those little fucking like jelly balls, but if you put water in them, they like get real big.
Okay.
Some Orbeez one day, so of course we wanted to fuck around. But our gal in the single room had a scrunchie on her door. Oh, so the one is like a roommate, and the other one's in a room by herself.
Mm-hmm.
So our gal in the single room had a scrunchie on her door, and we could hear a movie. They put the little. So obviously, both of us wanting
Netflix and chill action.
So obviously, both of us wanting to include her had a wonderful idea. We plugged our sinks and filled them both with Orbeez so that they would grow. And then, attempting to be quiet, we slowly pushed probably 100 Orbeez underneath the crack in her door.
Oh my God.
We had super high raised beds, and we knew she was on hers. We tried to push the Orbeez at different speeds to cover her whole floor. About an hour later, we heard the movie end, and then my roommate screams and hits the floor. She had jumped off the bed and slipped on our large array of Orbeez. The boy tried to help her and fell too, but it's okay because we all laughed about it.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny, and
Right?
definitely something that like my
You guys
roots
would
and I
do.
would
That's
have
what
done to each
That's
other.
why I included it, because I was like,
100%.
I feel like that guy has you written out.
Yeah, 100%.
I can hear
could
them
have been-
fucking. I'm gonna put these Orbeez.
I could be anyone in that story.
Yeah.
I could have been the one fucking, or I could have been the one shoving Orbeez under the door.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the kind of people I need in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
I had to give some good ones. I had
Yeah.
some shitty ones, but
You're
they're
all over the gaff.
like, all over the gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, there's 800. So I definitely want to read the rest of them because I just feel like they all were so good that I was reading. It was literally hard to pick those ones.
So if you guys are interested, let us know and we'll do an exclusive
Yes.
on it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's that on your roommate stories. And if you want us to do it again on a main episode, also let us know that. We just like to do some time in between.
We don't want to, like, if people are like, nah, I don't really give a fuck, then we're like, double right in a row. And then people are like, I had to skip 4 of your episodes or whatever the fuck.
You know, that old thing.
You know.
That's that on your roommate stories. We love you so much. We appreciate you. And
And we'll see you next week.
All right.
We're out. Goodbye.